Welcome to the Lynn Lineup, a show highlighting upcoming events happening in the Lynn community. Today we're here to talk about the My Brother's Table Summer Party, happening Thursday, August 8th, 2019, from 7 to 9 p.m. at Spinelli's in Lynnfield. And I am joined by Emily Packer and Taso Nikolakopoulos. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Thanks for having us.
So, My Brother's Table has been a fixture in the city for a very long time now. So what exactly is it that My Brother's Table does throughout the year?
So My Brother's Table is a local soup kitchen, and they provide meals to those in need. They have been open for over 13,000 consecutive days, and in 2018 they served over 170,000 meals. So they are open to anybody. Anybody can come in and eat, and they serve lunch and dinner on weekdays, and they serve dinner on the weekends. So we are not funded by the federal government in any way. We get all of the money to help run My Brother's Table through local community donations, nice people around the community, and corporate sponsors. And this summer party is My Brother's Table's biggest fundraiser of the year, so very important.
And it's impressive what you just said about how many days consecutively it's been open.
Yeah.
So about how many people come through a year?
I'm not sure about how many people come through a year, but I just got a figure that in July, for one day, over 520 meals were served in one day. So that tells you.
Yeah, that gives you a very good idea.
Yeah.
And this is the largest soup kitchen on the North Shore.
Yep.
So an event like this is definitely needed.
Very important, yes.
This place is funded through a lot of private donations, and this is, as you said, like the biggest fundraiser of the year for you guys. But it's also a taste of event, which is where Mr. Nikolakopoulos comes in.
Yeah.
So you own John's Roast Beef, for anybody in the city that doesn't know.
Yeah.
So you'll be there. What will you be offering? And you know, what do you like about coming out to this event and helping to support My Brother's Table?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. It's our favorite event of the year for my family and my staff. For years, it hasn't just been me, it's been my family and staff members that have attended this event for multiple reasons. We'll be serving our roast beef sliders and our mini chicken kebabs. Those seems to be our two people's favorites. So we'll be making at least 300 to 400 sandwiches, because we get about, we expect about 250 to 300 people coming to this event. This is a well-attended event. It's got a great vibe from the beginning you walk in. I mean, you have, like you said, you mentioned the food, music, raffle items, an enormous amount of auction items, incredible amount. It varies from like wine baskets, fruit baskets, to paraphernalia, sports paraphernalia, to games, tickets to games, and weekends away. So yeah, it's definitely our favorite event. My kids have been attending, this event since they were little, so watching them grow through the years, it's great.
And we were saying before, like you've been a supporter of My Brother's Table for quite a while now.
Yeah.
So what is it that drew you to My Brother's Table?
It's kind of a personal thing. At the time, a gentleman by the name of Harvey Rowe, who owns Pinocchio Adjusters, and he's a big supporter, and he was a former president of My Brother's Table. He was the adjuster at the time when I went through a terrible crisis in my life, going through a fire, and I emotionally I was a little bit, disconnected, and he was there to support me, to help rebuild my restaurant and kind of like put my life back together. And I thought, I was very grateful for that, and I wanted to try to give back to the community in a different way. And he says, why don't you come with me at My Brother's Table? And all it took is one visit, and all the misconceptions that you had prior go away. I've sat in that line and served customers that come to my restaurant. So everybody there has a different story. And what I love about the table is we call them our guests. They're Everybody has a different story. Some people work. Some people have been homeless. 9 out of 10 people that walk through that line have been homeless at one point in their life. So to see the struggles, and there's an appreciation that goes with that, and a gratefulness that I felt going through that time. So My Brother's Table was a perfect way for me to kind of give back, and I was very grateful.
So back to the event. We were mentioning that there's a bunch of people that will be there from restaurants. So in addition to John's, what other restaurants will be there?
So from Swampscott, Mission on the Bay, Salem, we have Fantasy Island will be there. Some other Lynn restaurants, Blue Ox, and I think
I'm going to volunteer.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to volunteer George Marco's Brothers Deli because he's always there.
Brothers Deli, yep. Brothers
always
Deli,
giving,
yeah, that is one. Yep, definitely.
I mean, we will miss the Portholes signature clam chowder this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there are numerous restaurants.
And we were saying that there's going to be music too.
Yep, there'll be a DJ there. So, yep, very exciting.
And we already mentioned the raffles. Anything else? It sounds like there's a lot anyway.
Even the servers are volunteers. Usually you get a group of high school girls that attend the event every year, and they volunteer. So the volunteerism continues throughout the year, like at events as well. So one thing about My Brother's Table, people want to help, which is kind of like, it reflects on the community that we are. Lynn is an open community. That's the jewel of Lynn, is that we're welcoming. We don't turn anyone back. No other community. I don't think very few communities can say that. And
very few definitely can say that.
yeah. So that's the strength of Lynn. And My Brother's Table is just another part of Lynn. Unfortunately, we have a homeless problem still in this country. But Lynn is one of the very few places that, we eliminated veteran homelessness. One of the first cities in the country, I believe, to do that. Like we serve, up to 500 meals. I mean, we're really it has a real impact feeding young children, elderly. My Brother's Table does a little more. They actually go, people that cannot make it to My Brother's Table, they'll bring out the meal to them. Mm-hmm. People that are disabled, My Brother's Table will bring out the meals to them. And another thing that My Brother's Table does, more than feed, is also give medical advice. There is, people can reach treatment through, and it's a kind of a conduit to getting people acclimated in, traditional, livelihoods.
And saying all this, it's again a wonder that My Brother's Table is able to provide all this, considering it's all donations. Mm-hmm. So again, people can go out to this event, but if they can't make it to the event and still want to help out, either being with a donation or by helping out and volunteering their time, or if they want to find out more info about this, how would people go about doing that? I know it's a lot that I just said, but...
Everyone can go to mybrotherstable.org, and all of the information is listed for donations. If you want to volunteer, all of the information is there on how to do all of those things.
Right. Yeah. And then is just anything else that you guys would like to add before we wrap up?
No, I think it's a really fun event, and if anyone's interested, mybrotherstable.org, and I think everyone should come. It'll be fun.
Yeah, and just throwing out there, people come to dress to impress. It's a garden party. It's fun. It's one of the best events of the year. Highly recommend it.
Right. And again, that's for the My Brother's Table Summer Party happening on Thursday, August 8th from 7 to 9 at Spinelli's in Lynnfield. That's it for this edition of the Lynn Lineup. Thanks for watching.